Okay, so if you're still losing money trading Forex in 2026, you're doing something very, very and extremely wrong. I see this absolutely every single day on Reddit. There's kids, writing, I've been trading for 2 years, but I absolutely cannot get, grip on this thing, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. I keep telling people trading is not what you think it is, right? So if you're watching YouTube videos from gurus and TJR and whoever these guys are, and you see them, making 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 profits almost on the daily basis trading the 1 minute chart, I can almost guarantee that all of that is basically a lie. Well, at this point, you're probably asking why. How can you tell? Why would these people even lie? Well, number one, how can I tell? It's very, very simple. If you're trading and if you claim that you can do 30, 40, 50% per month, what those guys are literally doing, if you have $1 million account and you're making $500,000 per month or whatever the claims are, you're basically making 50% gain per month. And if you can do that, with any sort of consistency and with any sort of stable risk control system, minimum drawdown, etc., you're basically the best trader in the world. And if you are the best trader in the world, you're not filming YouTube videos, but you're working at Goldman or, whatever hedge or investment banking or wherever they're giving you billions of dollars in management. Essentially, you're not trading, low 7-figure accounts and making YouTube videos, but you are managing hundreds of millions, if not billions, like I said, and you're making a shit ton of money while doing that. I mean, even more than what you're claiming right now. So the next question is why? Why would these guys lie about, making so much money? Well, it's very, very, very simple. Almost every single one of them has something to sell, whether that be a course or a Discord channel, group, membership, whatever. And by showing the world through, YouTube and TikTok and shit that they make money trading, they basically speak to their audience. You know what? I can make a lot of money doing this very simple minimum effort thing. And so can you if you just buy my shit, if you buy my course, if you buy my stuff. You'll learn this skill. You'll learn how to trade. You'll make an enormous amount of money. You won't have to go to work anymore. You'll clear your debt, whatever, right? So that's the why. They make a lot of money through marketing, through selling and promoting their stuff, and that's how they finance their lavish lifestyle. And then you have AdSense and you have all of this good stuff that brings in incredible amounts of income. Okay, so now that you know that that's not the reality of trading, what is the reality? What is real trading, and how can you do it in 2026? For starters, you have to understand what's realistic, right? As I've mentioned before, 50% per month consistently, whatever, that's not something you can do, and that's not something anybody could do, So you have to understand that you will very likely, once you become profitable, make very, very small percentage gain per month, per quarter, or, per year or whatever. So that's the most important thing before you really start getting deep into this whole trading thing. Without capital, you cannot make money trading. So if you're dreaming of starting trading with $1,000 and somehow flipping or turning that into hundreds of thousands or even millions, you are in for a rude awakening, because that's definitely not going to happen. And once you understand what is realistically possible and how important capital is for trading, then you can move on to actually designing a trading plan, focus on risk control, on optimal time of deployment. You can then focus on the math and the statistics behind long-term profitable trading. All of that good stuff. We're not going to go deep into it in this exact video. This is, just me explaining how trading is not what you think it is, right? You have to really, really, take time with learning about these things, because that's, you know, how the reality trading works. This is a business. This is an investment. You have to know the risks. You have to know the drawdown potentials. You have to know upside potential. You have to know absolutely everything that could happen, absolutely everything that might happen. You have to account for spread, for swap, for, you know, absolutely everything. But just for the sake of the argument, let's say that you already understand what realistic long-term profitable trading even is, and let's say you also have a little bit of capital, you know, set aside. You can start live trading. What now? What comes next? Well, first things first, you have to design a trading plan. Okay, so you have to pick a strategy. You have to assign some sort of risk parameters to that system, and then you start, you know, assuming you already have some sort of back testing done, and then you simply start live trading, executing your system with as much consistency as you can possibly provide. And what you do is you collect data on that particular system, right? You journal your trades, you journal your results, you do absolutely everything you can to gather every single minimalistic detail that's possible. So what's going to happen is days are going to go by, weeks are going to go by, months are going to go by. You know, you might be losing money still, but what you're getting is you're getting something far more valuable for your stage of your learning process. You're going to get data, right? And that data is going to tell you, once you analyze everything, you're going to see when is the optimal time, you know, to be entering the markets. Is your system better in trending markets? Is it better in ranging markets? Is it better in New York session, London session? Is it better in Asian, you know, whatever? There are so many little details that matter that will just be hiding in your data, right? So as you get more experienced, as you get more knowledgeable about this stuff, everything's already there for you, right? So all you have to do then is adapt your system, adapt, you know, eliminate the negative parts that you see, you know, because you collected data, and focus on the positive side of your results. And that's how you slowly start forming systems. You slowly start forming something that's trackable, that's tradable, that's, you know, long-term sustainable. You're going to see how much your maximum drawdowns are. You're going to see how much you lose in a row, how much you win in a row, etc., etc., etc. So all of that good stuff, and that is what real trading is. So I know if you're fairly new to this game, this video might seem a little bit all over the place for you, but stay with me. If you want to learn more about everything, I will post a shit ton of content here in the next weeks, months, everything, because I really, really want as many people as possible to understand the reality of trading. I'm going to go through absolutely everything. We're going to go through trading plans. We're going to go through risk control. We're going to go through optimal deployment times, absolutely everything. We're going to talk about psychology and exactly why psychology is a big lie, basically. Essentially, what you see online about psychology is made up stuff from people who want to sound cool and smart about this industry, but the reality is they don't know what they're talking about. So if you want to learn everything, I mean everything, just stay with me, stay tuned. If I get 2 likes and 5 subscribes on this video, I'm gonna share absolutely everything I know through my 11 years of trading.